Welcome back to another edition of Move Through Motivation. I just want to say, I think this is the 26th podcast that we've done. Is it 25, 26, 28, 29? What number? Because we're at 28. Okay, so we've done 28 podcasts. And I'm happy to say that we've been very consistent with doing these every single week. Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, and Donnie, what do we do?
Hit that bell for notifications.
Hit the bell for notifications. We are having fun doing this. We've turned it into a weekly adventure. Matt is looking at me with his eyes rolled in the back of his head saying he likes doing this. He's gonna listen to me talk in the car. And everybody in the world will meet Matt Hazlett very soon. I'm forcing him against his will to get on the podcast and introduce himself to the world. He's a great dude and a good friend and a brother to me. So this week we're going to talk about a recap of the 24-hour challenge, the event where we raise money for the Jessie Rees Foundation. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. And it was a successful event on many accounts. Number one, our goal was to raise $10,000. That's our goal every year. And I'm happy to say I got the numbers in from Jessie Rees with all the online donations, the cash, the checks to the organization, that we were at $12,994.
Woo!
But there was also a $50 donation that was done via Facebook from a buddy of mine, Alex Frazier, that he put on his Facebook for the challenge. So we did it. We blew away our goal, and we will help over 500 kids get a joy jar. And to every single person that put $1 in the bucket, wrote a check from your company, had your company match the donations from the deepest, darkest place in my heart and soul, I'm so grateful for your compassion, for your just belief in the Jessie Rees Foundation, and that we tried to earn. We made it. We did 5,000 lunges and 3,000 burpees within 24 hours. There were my team, I call my team that goes there. John Lamb had to stay there for 18 hours. Matt Hazlett had to be there for 18 hours. And they didn't do any of the work, but they had to film and well, let me put it this way. You needed to be there because we're the team, but they were there for the support and encouragement and filming, and Matt is working on this awesome video. He's working on this awesome video to just be a remembrance of what we did. And but to the Chino CrossFit community, Karen, Angie, I'm so grateful for you guys for opening your doors and in this uncertain time. And I really want to get into this because I don't live in life in fear. I do not live life in fear. I don't live in what if land. I live in the land of if it happens, what do we do? I'm very proactive to make sure I take care of my health and make sure we do good things and we're safe and everything like that. We had signs spread out. We made everybody, people, some people wore masks and everybody, it was such a lovely and encouraging environment. A big shout out goes to, like I said, the Chino CrossFit Karen for making sure that we were hydrated and iced, and she gave the Theragun and rock taped me because it felt like my arms were going to fall off in the first 12 hours of the day. So that was really special. I'm so grateful to them. My team that did it with me, the Escamillos, Roaches, Mejias, and the new guy, Al. He's a new guy, Angie's husband, and I was really proud of him. Karen told me the week before he wants to do it with you, and I said, okay, does he know what we're doing? He said he's all in, and so Al, I really appreciate you coming out, but it's a hard day. I'm not gonna. Jonathan, yeah, no, John Rocha. Yeah. That's the Rocha family, and it's different this year. And people ask me this. They say, that's the Mejia. That's Cece Mejia. Now you got everybody. Sen. Her name is Sen, but she goes by Cece. But those crew have been there for 3 years. A lot of people don't know that, but they've been there the last 3 years, and we've done some crazy fitness adventures together, like Ragnar and 24-Hour Challenge, and that crew is always down when I throw some like crazy thing to do. They always have my back, and I'm so greatly appreciated. And so many thanks to them for doing it with me and suffering with me as we get older. I want to say that this year age hit me a little bit. I will say this. At 41, I felt it at about 12 hours in, when we were not even at the 1,000 burpee mark. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this burpee part. The lunges, I was flowing. It was smooth. But that 30 minutes of burpees. So to break it down for you, we had 30 minutes of lunges, 30 minutes of burpees, 30 minutes of lunges, 30 minutes of burpees, 30-minute rest. And that was a schedule for the whole day. That equaled out to every 30 minute of burpees was 150 burpees. So we didn't get to 1,000 burpees until almost 8 hours into it, 9 hours into it. And so it was a long 8 hours. It would have been 8 hours. It was a long day. And again, I'm just grateful for the help. A big shout out to the Team NEGU. Grant and his wife Montana came out, and Grant he's the one who helps coordinate with the team at Team NEGU, Jessie Rees Foundation. And he came out and he worked out till like 1 o'clock with us. He started in the morning, worked out, and it just means it was special to me to have them there and his new bride, Montana, come out. It was really cool to just, the community come, and like I keep saying, uncertain times. This event was going to happen. I don't care what happened. COVID, nothing was going to stop me from doing this event. You know why? Because I'll tell you why. Because cancer hasn't stopped. Kids are getting diagnosed every single day, and we haven't found a cure for that. So I'm going to fight for those kids every single year I can to do a little bit of encouragement to help that Jessie Rees Foundation. It's a special place in my heart. I said it before, I'll say it again. Jessie Rees is a hero that's no longer with us, but she is a hero to me. And I'm so grateful that her family has, just her legacy just continues of just an awesome human being that she was as a little girl, and that the family has continued to see her dream and her not be here happen. And kids, to the kids, we hour 23 and 24, the last hour, we call that Jessie's hour. Jessie's hour is important because I put on a bunch of gospel music. I put on a bunch of just music that you wouldn't think would go with workouts. But it's a time to reflect, and all the preparation and all the tough day. And we just remember that why, that's a why. But we had another special hour this year, was for AJ's hour. I called it AJ's hour, and it was at 6 o'clock, 5 to 6. And we had this hour set aside for AJ. AJ is a 12-year-old kid. He was in remission with brain cancer, and then it came back. And he's currently in the fight. This little guy, he's such a warrior. I wanted to do something to encourage him, even if it's just, we printed out the logo, Prayers for AJ, and I kept it on the wall, and I put one right down. So 24 hours, that's what I kept looking at every time I would do a lunge, every time I would do a burpee. Like, I would see that thing and I would say, if you're hurting, imagine what AJ's going through and how much pain he's going to go through. And it's just because I know his battle. There's so many kids, 13 kids diagnosed every day with brain cancer. And I found that out from the PBFT West organization. So I'm going to do, this event was going to go down, and for everybody that was a part of it and donated to it, you've got a special place in my heart. And if you need something from me, as you always know, you reach out, and I got your back. To the MTM crew, like I said, John and Matt, you guys are rock stars. You know what I mean? You got to come hang out with me for 18 hours and watch me just lay on the ground and give me a hard time. But we had my parents came out, my mom, my dad, my in-laws came out. It's a special day. It's a day of remembrance too of why it started. When I was sick, I did it when I was in chemo. So when people say, "Are you worried about were you worried about, or are you?" No, I'm not. Because if I did it when my immune system was under chemo after 6 rounds, I'm not worried about it for anything going on right now. And we made it a safe environment. We made it a healthy environment, and people exercised. So I'm going to be the one to stand up for everybody and say, listen to me. Those who need a voice, those who need encouragement, we're going to do what we can to encourage you. And I'm just grateful, so grateful for everybody that was a part of it. Next year, I'm already looking at what we're going to do and thinking about it. If you wanted a shirt, the 24-hour shirt, it has the logo, 24-hour challenge, you got Never Ever Give Up on their logo on the back. If you'd like a shirt, make sure and reach out to us. We didn't make it before because it just happened so fast and getting everything going. So make sure and reach out to us if you'd still like a shirt. The Just Move campaign is going on too. We have a lot of events happening, and we're going to continue to press people staying active and moving and encouraging and motivation. And somebody once told me that motivation it's like a, that's what I'm looking for. It doesn't do anything. It's just hype. It's just noise. I'm telling you right now, motivation is a spark. And somebody wrote, well, motivation doesn't equal discipline. That's right. But motivation may be the spark at the right time for somebody to change. A big shout out to Alex Frazier, Officer Alex Frazier, who you'll meet on a future podcast. He came after a 12-hour shift of working, protecting our cities, and he came and spent the toughest hours from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. with me doing the lunges and burpees. And I'm so grateful for his efforts and support too. So I have so many people to thank. I'm just grateful. I really am. I have great friends. I have good family. And I just look forward to next year. It's going to happen. July, whatever the week is after the 12th, the Friday after the 12th. That's when it's going to go down. So if you weren't a part of it, you want to be a part of it, go to the Jessie Rees Foundation, learn everything you can about them. They're a super awesome organization. They send joy jars to kids around the world. So we love you. We look forward to seeing you in the future at our Just Move campaign. Look out for the events. Make sure you go to our website. Our website is live. And if you want to be in the monthly newsletter where we just send out, I don't want to send you a bunch of spam and stuff, just to give you a little calendar events. We put a calendar of events that's going to happen. Make sure to reach out to us. We love you. God bless. Crush today.